Wow, wow, wow. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. Moses and I just got done recording our Luca video. It's up on the channel, us reacting. It's an hour long. We go super in depth. And then we just got done recording our Super Bowl channel, logged off. I was literally making myself dinner, and I got the bomb. Shams tweeted the bomb. De'Aaron Fox is a San Antonio Spur man, and Zach Lavine has been moved to Sacramento. The Chicago Bulls are fully investing in a rebuild. This is going to be off the cuff. We just found out the full details. I wanted to get a quick video out of my instant reactions. Moses and I will probably tackle it together. We've been texting, but here's a quick surprise video. You're going to get like 4 videos this week. So let's get right into it. I'm out of breath. This is insane. Full details. The San Antonio Spurs are getting De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings are getting Zach Lavine, City Sissoko, 3 first-round picks, 2025 Charlotte, 2027 San Antonio, 2031 Minnesota, 3 second-rounders in 25, 28, and 28 their own back. And the Bulls are completely resetting Zach Lavine, Trey Jones, Kevin Herter, and their own 2025 pick via the Spurs. Instant reactions. Moses and I just talked about this in the Luca video. My basketball mind of seeing De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama on the court together is mind-boggling. Is going to be one of the most fun pairings. You think about the pick and roll that they could do. My goodness, right? This Spurs team, I love it. They're going all in on the now. I've talked about this a lot on the channel. When you have a player as special as Wembanyama this early on, you go for it, man. You don't wait 2, 3, 4 years. You go for it. And the Spurs are all in. I cannot believe they didn't have to trade Stephon Castle. I really thought if this trade was going to fall apart for the Spurs, that it was going to be because Castle holds it up. If I'm the Spurs, that's not a piece I want to give away. I loved him at UConn. I think he has the makings to be a point guard for San Antonio for the next 10 or so years, right? He has that upside. So the fact they don't have Castle, you don't have to rush him into the starting lineup. You can have De'Aaron Fox out there. You didn't have to trade away a Keldon Johnson. All of these young pieces are still in San Antonio, and they still have a Chris Paul where you could potentially move him, or you have him as a mentor again. Like, there's so many things in San Antonio that you can do, and I'll be checking my phone every now and again. It's blowing up with my friends and stuff hitting me up about this. But for the Spurs, what a move. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think this is a great way to go all in on getting De'Aaron Fox. I think him and Wembanyama are going to be a beautiful marriage in San Antonio, and I'm really excited to see how that develops. Next up for the Kings, right? You get Zach Lavine. And I think it's complicated. I think there's more to do. The Bulls have been shopping Zach Lavine and Vucevic for years, and I have been a big time criticizer. I've critiqued them a lot, similarly to how a lot of Bulls fans have, where it's like you have to pull the trigger, but you also have to have teams that want that, and so the moment Zach Lavine, if I get a suitor, I'm hitting accept, not because Lavine is not a good basketball player. He's a very good guy. He could put up 25 points a game. He's a very solid piece. But if I get a phone call, if I'm Chicago and a team like Sacramento is willing to do this trade, I'm happily getting invested. I want the Bulls to blow it up. I think this is a great move to do that. You're getting draft capital, but again, the biggest bit of confusion to me is not getting a Stephon Castle. That's one of those pieces. I understand that Fox wants to be out, right? And so that adds this wrinkle to it where when other teams know this, his value is diminished, right? Because they're anticipating it. Uh, as for the Bulls or for the Kings, I like this move. I think there's more. I wouldn't be surprised if DeMar DeRozan gets moved. I don't know what I'm a Zags fan, right? I love Domantas Sabonis, but I don't really know what his market is. I don't know if there's a lot of suitors. I don't know if Sacramento is content with keeping him and building around him. I really have no clue um what they're gonna do, but I can't believe the Spurs were able to keep Sohan. They were able to keep Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, like all of those pieces staying in San Antonio, similarly to the Lakers trade. The Lakers have more assets that they can move. And it's the same thing with the Spurs, right? You bring in an all NBA caliber guard to pair with your all NBA caliber big, and you still have wiggle room, man. This is not the complete Spurs team, and I can't wait to see the pieces that they use going forward to build with this. With the Bulls, they finally hit the reset button. I see a lot of people on social media. Again, this is right after the trade, but are upset that the Bulls didn't get anything back of notable value. On one hand, I get it. You're trading Zach Lavine. This is a guy who is putting up, like I said, 20 to 25 a night consistently. Let me look at his complete stats here on the season. He's putting up 24 points, which is ironically enough 24th in the league. He gives you 4.5 assists, 4.8 rebounds, nearly a steal a game. 44.6% from three, which is 17th in the league. Shooting 51% from the field. Like, this is a good basketball player. Zach Lavine has never been this bad basketball player, but I feel like his market has always been weird. So Trey Jones is a good piece. Kevin Herter has had kind of a decline in Sacramento. If you're the Bulls, you're hoping he can kind of find himself a little bit. But this is just crazy. They get their own first round pick via San Antonio, so you get to control your future a little bit better, which is good. Um, my big thing is you have to keep going. You need to trade Vooch. You, I don't think there's a market for Patrick Williams. All due respect, I was wrong about him coming out of Florida State. I expected more, and you re-signed him, and now I don't really know what you can do. But there's got to be more from Chicago. I don't want this to be the last move ahead of the deadline. There's got to be something else. The Spurs, man, I keep going back to it. The pairing of Wemby and Fox is going to be amazing. This has been an insane video. I'm going to continue collecting my thoughts, and Mo and I will do a trade recap video of all these teams as the deadline ends. But I had to at least get something out tonight. Let me know your immediate thoughts. My goodness, this is truly incredible. Let me know who you think wins, who you think loses. It's too early to give grades. I don't want to be the person who does that. But wow, I've been talking. I've been talking to God about give me De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama as a basketball fan. Please give me that pairing. And the West continues to reload. You get Luka moved, you get Fox moved, you get AD moved, you're getting Zach Lavine moved around in the West. It's a lot of rumblings, and we still have a Jimmy Butler on the table. Don't be surprised if I do yet another one of these videos going forward. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give me your thoughts. And wow, what an insane deadline so far. I can't wait to see what else happens. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.